I want to talk about, well, first I want to talk about the fact that the National Symphony Orchestra is going to be honoring Illmatic at the Kennedy Center this year, which is just, it's just mind-blowing to me. And I mean, I don't think we could have seen that 20 years ago. I knew he was a genius and a poet, and I met him in 1991, and I was at Columbia Records at the time, and he came in and you had this big Bubble Goose on, and he had his head down. He wouldn't really talk to me or make eye contact, you know. And so I was trying to like kind of find a way in, and I think I mentioned Wild Style, and he said, and he kind of like looked at me for a second. He said, "So you're like the lady in Wild Style." I assumed he meant the blonde chick, but I said, "Not really." But anyway, that was the icebreaker. So, and you still have my VHS copy that I lent you 20 years ago. So, and you know, it took a long time to finish Illmatic, and there was some frustration, and I was getting some heat from the label. I think these days, if it took an album, you know, if it took you 2 years to make an album, you would not get 2 years to make an album. But we knew we were doing something important, and there was one particular night we were at the studio and you hadn't shown up yet, but you know, it happened, and I was very frustrated that night, and I was, you know, getting calls and when is this going to be done, and you had left one of your lyric books behind, and I picked it up and I read it and I said, you know what, it's all worth waiting for. This kid is like nobody else. And even then we rushed the album out, 9 songs, because it was so much in demand that it had leaked everywhere. We'll never figure out why, but it did. I guess all I want to say is that, you know, people ask me, you know, first of all, it doesn't feel like 20 years, mostly because I'm only 28, so I don't really know how that happened. He just turned 40. It's crazy, you know. But, you know, he has become as relevant and as iconic to American music history as, you know, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. And I think I knew that, we knew it from the beginning. We knew how special he was. I think that, you know, he is that person now. And like I said, I don't think he set out to make history, but we did. He did. I just was glad that I was kind of along for the ride and gave him a platform for his genius. And love you, man. That's it. Thank you.